Hi everybody. About a year ago, I did a short review on the 30 watt ice stick and the Aspire Atlantis 2, I believe it was, and I was really happy with it. And the videos had quite a few hits, and it was just a short video explaining my experience and how I felt about it. And at the time, I remember saying something about not being addicted to vaping, that it was more of a I looked at it as a way of weaning myself off cigarettes. I mean, we're now just over 3 years, coming to 3.5 years without a cigarette. And I realised that it was kind of a bit of an untruth, because here I am, over a year on, nearly a year and a half on, and I have this. So I've been using this for a while. This is the Reuleaux RX200S, I think it is, and the tank that I'm using is the Atlantis. No, beg your pardon, it's not. It's a Cleito by Aspire, not the 120, the smaller version. And this tank and mod configuration has just been brilliant. I said that about the last one, and it was really good for its time. I've had a few since then. I've had various Kangatech models, and I've even tried the TF V8, I think it is, which is this one here. Biggest waste of juice on the planet, to be perfectly honest with you. I mean, it's fun, and yeah, you get plenty of flavour, but bloody hell, I get through 3 sets of batteries in a day if I use that. And bear in mind, this thing's using 3 batteries, so there's some serious charging going on. Anyway, just to revisit this and this combination, so I've been using this solidly now for, well, since the Cleito first came out, and I had the previous guise of this one, which was the Reuleaux RX200 without the S. Had a smaller screen, but pretty much a similar thing. Trouble with these things is if you drop them, they do tend to go out of shape. You might notice here, it's very difficult to see, but there's a little gap here between my fingernail fits in it, between the top of the battery cover and the actual mod itself, which, as I say, it's got 3 batteries in there. And I don't really do reviews, but just really wanted to talk about it a little bit. And I use this thing on anywhere between sort of 58 and 62 watts. I've got it on 60 at the moment, depends on the juice and the nicotine. Some of them I find, some nicotines, I always buy a 3 mil, but I often find that some of them are throatier than others. So in this instance, this one's sort of in the middle of the range of throatiness, so I have it on 60. And it works quite well. I like it. I like the mod, and I think the truth is now that I've realised I'm definitely addicted to nicotine. I've tried using zeros, and I get a headache within a short while because of the nicotine withdrawal. I've got a friend who mixes juices, and he'll do them at 1.5 for me rather than 3. And that works really well because it deals with the nicotine craving. I don't get the throatiness of the nicotine, and it just works. What I'm finding increasingly frustrating, and where I buy most of my liquids from shops, is that you get given a choice, or quite a small choice, of 0, 3, 6 or 12. I don't know who's vaping 12. I know that was me a few years ago, but I wouldn't dream of doing one of these sub-ohm things now. It'd rip your throat to bits. But I am finding it really, really frustrating that I can't buy a 1.5 off the shelf. It's one of those things, nothing I can do about it. I'm sure it's probably going to change with the TPD coming into effect. I mean, here in the UK and in parts of Europe, you're only going to be able to buy 10 ml bottles or larger bottles with the nicotine separately, or whatever that may be. But the trouble I've got at the moment is that, we're still probably 2 or 3 weeks away from that taking effect. So it's great at the moment. There's loads of shops reducing the price of their 30 ml bottles of juice, and you're picking them up for a £5. I'm sure they're going to be even cheaper come the 19th of May. Because everyone's got to have them off their shelves. Now, the situation, or the thing that's frustrating, is that we're in a bit of no man's land at the moment, because I'm really hopeful for this, or looking forward to this the possibility of buying 1.5 from the shop. Maybe I will be able to curb the dependence on nicotine once lowering it again to 1.5, and then maybe in future to 0.5 or whatever it is. But I found the jump from 3 to 0 to be too harsh, especially the way these things deliver nicotine. I mean, you know, sub-ohm vaping, a 3 mil nicotine is the same as normal vaping with one of those little sticks. You know, a 2.4 or a 1.8 or something that's, 18 mils or 24 mils. So it's quite, it's down to the effectiveness of these devices, these sub-ohm devices at delivering that nicotine. But anyway, I just thought I'd show you or talk about it a little bit because, as I say, I didn't deliberately lie to you a year ago, but I do think that a year ago I genuinely felt that I was not going to be dependent on this thing. But as it turns out, I still really am. Don't get me wrong, haven't had a cigarette in all that time, but still absolutely require that nicotine. If I don't have this thing with me, or if I leave it home for a few hours, it bothers me. I'm always thinking about, I really could do with getting home to go and pick up my my mod. So anyway, just thought I'd share that with you. So this is the the Reuleaux RX200S with the Aspire Cleito, and at the moment I'm using or vaping I've got a few liquids here, but one that I quite like. It's a bit sickly, you can't vape it for too long, but it's called Jam Nation by Pure Evil, and I don't know if you can see that there, but it's brilliant. But it's good in a 10 ml bottle, but you can't vape after vape after vape. You need to change your liquids because it's one of those that it gets too sickly. But anyway, that's it. I'm finished with the video now. Just thought I'd show you how this thing performs quickly. Anyway, enjoy the rest of your day.